So there's been a nuclear attack. Don't ask me how or why, just know that the big one has hit, okay? So what do we do?
I think what I want to do is I want to talk just for a second. I wrote this out, and it's very close to my heart because I was down there, and I watch our police and our firemen down on 7-Eleven, down at the World Trade Center right after it came down.
The oldest trick of the adversary is not destruction, it is mockery. As above, so below. A phrase stolen from sacred geometry, twisted into a calling card, a signature left at every scene. This is a story about signatures. January 14th. The Drudge Report runs a headline the mainstream ignores. An Iranian flag, bold text, a countdown. 24 hours. On the Hebrew calendar, that day registers as October 24th. The next day, January 15th, lands on October 25th of the Torah calendar, a date filed away, a coordinate without a map. Then the map arrived. Fast forward to the present month. October 25th on the Torah calendar aligns with June 25th on the Gentile calendar. Iran strikes a vessel in international waters. The ship's name? The Lovely. Mainstream media publishes their coverage. The image selected, saturated in green. The ancient color of Ishtar, the Babylonian queen of heaven, goddess of war and fertility. She who rules the gate. On June 26th, the United States conducts strikes inside Iranian territory. The echo had become a response. But New York was not struck on June 25th, which means one thing. The day must be precisely appointed. And we now know it can only happen on a Thursday. To understand why July 2nd, you must understand how they think. The enemy does not choose dates randomly. They choose dates that stack. Days where multiple calendar systems, historical events, and symbolic frameworks converge into a single point. A singularity. So ask the question they don't want asked. What is the only day that is simultaneously 7/11 and 9/11? Both Jewish temples, Solomon's Temple and Herod's Temple, were destroyed on the same calendar day, centuries apart, the 9th of Av, Tisha B'Av. If they are going to burn Babylon, would they choose any other day but the day both temples burned? The answer is no. But it goes deeper. The International Day of Judgment, January 17th. Michelle Obama's birthday, January 17th. The Fast of Tammuz, 17. A day of mourning, when Moses descended the mountain and shattered the tablets, when the walls of Jerusalem were breached, when the daily offering ceased. World Emoji Day, July 17th. The date embedded in the iPhone calendar emoji, selected by a tech industry that chose symbolism over randomness. They will not pull it on July 17th. Too obvious. They will not pull it on July 11th. Too clean. So what is the only day that is both July 11th and September 11th on the same calendar? Juneteenth. June 19th. On October 4th, 2023, FEMA issued a nationwide emergency text broadcast. October 4th, 10:04. In radio code, message received. The Julian of July 2nd is June 19th. The Torah date was October 4th. The message was received. A New York City public service announcement surfaces on 7/11. Then the message, Iran has a nuclear weapon. Timestamp in the broadcast architecture, July 17th. Now look at July 2nd. On the Gregorian calendar, July 2nd. On the Hebrew calendar, July 17th. Using Torah month, it is written, October 17th. Take away the 0 and you see 711. The New York PSA wasn't predicting the future. It was reading the calendar. July 2nd, 2026 falls exactly 999 days after October 7th, 2023, the date of the Hamas assault on Israel. the date the world called the largest ritual killing of Jewish people since the Holocaust. Inverted, 666. The enemy loves to leave their signature. January 14th on the Hebrew calendar registered as October 26th. October 26th on the Torah calendar corresponded to January 16th on the Gentile calendar. July 2nd lands on October 16th of the Torah calendar. One digit of separation, a deliberate step backward or forward depending on which direction you read the inversion. On a recorded broadcast, Donald Trump, speaking about September 11th, said instead, 7/11. Nobody confuses those two dates. The Twin Towers did not fall on July 11th. Every American alive that day knows the difference.
Unless the slip wasn't a mistake. Unless someone is reading from a different calendar. The timestamp on the CNN article capturing the moment? 3:33. July 2nd is exactly 333 days after Barack Obama's birthday. August 4th, 2025 to July 2nd, 2026. Count it. The number appears at the slip. The number appears in the distance from the former president's birth. The enemy works in patterns because patterns carry power. They believe the universe responds to numerical architecture. They may be right. Daniel 8:14. Unto 2,300 days, then shall the sanctuary be cleansed. The COVID-19 pandemic was declared a national emergency on March 11, 2020. On the Hebrew calendar, the 15th of Adar, the 15th day of the month. Ishtar is she of the 15th day, the goddess who rises on the full moon, the queen whose festival begins at the midpoint of the lunar cycle. The pandemic commenced on her day. 2 days later, March 13, 2020, the United States was declared a federal disaster area. On the Hebrew calendar, the 17th of Adar. Take March as the Gentile month marker. Take 17 as the Hebrew day. Add 2,300 days. Land on July 2nd, 2026. The sanctuary cleansing ends. Or something begins. July 2nd, 2026 is exactly 1,290 days after December 21st, 2022. Daniel 12:11. From the time that the daily sacrifice is abolished and the abomination that causes desolation is set up, there will be 1,290 days. On December 21st, 2022, the winter solstice, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky made his first ever trip to Washington, D.C. to meet President Biden. It was historic. It was unexpected. It was on the solstice. 290 days later, July 2nd, 2026. They counted it too. The date is not new. It has been marked before. July 2nd, 1776, the Continental Congress votes for American independence. Not July 4th. July 2nd. John Adams wrote to his wife Abigail that July 2nd would be celebrated by succeeding generations as the great anniversary festival. He was wrong about the celebration. He may have been right about the significance. July 2nd, 1937. Amelia Earhart disappears over the Pacific Ocean during her attempt to circumnavigate the globe. She is never found. The most famous unsolved vanishing in American history lands on this date. July 2nd, 1964. President Lyndon B. Johnson signs the Civil Rights Act into law. The most sweeping civil rights legislation in American history. Signed on July 2nd. July 2nd, 1900. The first Zeppelin airship takes flight over Lake Constance, Germany. A new era of air power and aerial warfare begins. July 2nd, 1698. Thomas Savery patents the first steam engine, igniting the chain reaction that becomes the Industrial Revolution. The enemy does not announce. They encode. They stack. They invert. They leave signatures in headlines, in ship names, in color choices, in timestamps, in the gaps between calendar systems that most people never think to compare. But the dates don't lie. The math doesn't lie. The patterns don't lie. July 2nd, July 11th and September 11th on the same day. 999 days from the ritual. 1,290 days from the solstice meeting. 2,300 days from the pandemic declaration. 333 days from the birthday. October 16th on the Torah calendar. July 17th on the Julian. Whether this is prophecy or architecture, whether it is divine warning or human planning, one thing is undeniable. Someone has been counting. The question is whether you were counting too.
Book of Revelation, chapter 13. It says this of the Antichrist, who's an agent of Satan. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast. He's called the beast. For the number of that is of a man, as his number is 666. 666, the number of the beast. You know, you see it in movies like The Omen or demonic things, 666, people, 666. The number 6 linked to man, created on the sixth day, in the form of 3, 666, 3 sixes. 3, so 3 is a number of God, so it's man as God, but it's the number of the beast. And the beast is a vessel of Satan as someone who's possessed by the enemy. And that number 666 is the mark. Could that mystery from the book of Revelation lay behind what happened in Minnesota, in Nashville? 666. What happened to actually marking that it was all from the enemy, demonic? Could the sign of revelation appear? Let's start with Nashville. How many Christians there did the shooter in Nashville kill? 6 people. 6 broken up into 3s, as 666 is a combination of 6 and 3. 3 adults and 3 children. 3 adults, how old were they? 61, 60. 61, each having 666 in their age. Now 3. Now, in the worship of Satan, and what Satan does, he's an inverter. He turns things upside down. Well, things are often inverted when it has to do with Satan, upside down. How many children were killed? 3. What were their ages? 999. What happens when 999 is turned around? You get 666. 999 is 666 inverted. 3 adults, 666. 3 children, inverted, 666. The shooter had no idea, but the spirits leading the shooter did. Now let's bring it home. In what just took place in Minnesota, how many people did the shooter injure? The fullest reports have the headlines, 18 people. Anything about that? What is 18? 18 is the sum of 666. Again, the mark of the beast, the mark of the enemy. In Minnesota, though, 2 people were killed. What were their ages? Their ages were 10 and 8. What does that equal? 18. What is 18? 666. The demonic realm is real, as is the angelic realm, the realm of the enemy, and the realm of God. If you are a true follower of God, you're a true Christian, a true believer, the dark realm is after you. But even if you're not, if you're created in God's image, you've got an enemy, they're after you. They're affecting everything. Every one of you who are watching this now, you're in it. You're dealing with it in one way or another. You're a target. And there's